Yeah. What is the router outlet?
I used to use this, I think, to use other components
Mm-hmm.
from app component. We
Mm-hmm.
need router option.
Okay, fine. Let's start implementation.
Okay.
So,
Sorry for the background noise.
no problem. I'm sharing my screen now.
Okay.
You see my entire screen, correct?
Yeah.
Project billing counter management. Oh, inside this BCM Angular, I just need. Okay. So yesterday we have created this structure. Okay. So first thing, please start sharing your screen again. I would like to see
Okay.
what is your ideology behind the implementation.
Okay. I'll share. Yeah.
Yes. Please explain me.
Okay. Okay. Is my screen visible?
Yeah.
Okay. So, this is my app component.
Mhm.
I have added header component for
No,
the
just a minute.
header thing
Just a
for
minute.
every page.
Am I audible?
Uh, yes, yes, you
Yeah,
are.
just a minute. Explain me the architecture. First, explain me things at the architecture level and then code.
Uh, okay, um, so we need header,
Mm-hmm.
we need a login
Mm-hmm.
component,
Mm-hmm.
then we need a dashboard after login,
Mm-hmm.
then we need a customers.
Okay, got it. So, how do you make the architecture of this?
Um,
Component architectures.
Component architectures are like this will be our header component, which will be common for all the pages,
Mm-hmm.
and
So
data will come
correct,
dynamically.
correct. So, how do you arrange it in such a way that it would be available for everyone? So that architecture I need. Where would be router outlet? Where would be child routes? All those
Okay.
things you need to explain.
So router outlet will be this app routes.ts only common routes file,
Mm-hmm.
and in our app component will be having other components like header, dashboard, customers, login,
Okay.
and in login we will add our logic.
No, but login is not permanent one.
Right.
So how do you solve the problem? In login, either login would be there or dashboard would be there.
Right. So after login, our header will get changed. Our header values will come dynamically, like logout will be there, and the
Mm-hmm.
welcome and the name of the user will be there.
Okay.
And in dashboard, then we will have
Okay. I will ask you questions. In app component.ts, what things you will write? In app component HTML, what things would be there?
in app component.html.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, uh, I was planning to add just header part in app
Mm-hmm.
component, and in head from header, I was planning to call the other pages.
Okay. So inside header, you have written dashboard
Inside
and
header,
customers. Where is
yeah.
login? Where login will come?
So login will be the first page. Unless and until the user is logged in, we cannot go to dashboard and the other pages.
Correct. But where is it in app component HTML?
Yeah, right. It has to be here
Where?
in app component.
Okay.
Yeah, right. I was, yeah,
No,
correct.
just a
For the
minute.
starting page we need here, yeah.
Okay, just a minute. Just hold on.
Okay.
Can you please explain me how router works?
How router works.
Yeah. So it's the interview question, right?
Yeah.
And you need to tell me from beginning, from
Okay.
installation.
So firstly, uh, first have this main, so index.html will run
Mm-hmm.
at very first.
Mm-hmm.
Main.ts will run.
Mm-hmm.
It is having bootstrap application and app component.
Okay.
Then it will go to app component. Here,
Mm-hmm.
here we will get router outlet, which is coming from the which we provide in the app config.
Mm-hmm.
And in app routes, we are adding the path and the component name.
Okay. So what is the purpose of router outlet?
To for the purpose,
If
no,
you remove it, what will happen?
it won't work. It won't work. These links are not clickable. I mean, they are not going to here also.
Means
This
what is
will also not work. This will
yeah?
also not work.
Means what is the purpose?
So
You just
to
told me.
redirect different pages. We need router outlet.
But see, now this is the concern. So interviewer is expecting something else.
Okay.
So you're not going to the point.
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead, explain it. Next part. What do you mean by this routes file? So if you have written the routes file, you need to explain in detail. What do you mean by path? What do you mean by component? Why you have written routes colon routes? What is that colon routes? Why it is an array? So why const route would be an array? This might be interview question, right?
Right.
So today, remember one thing. Whenever I conduct the interviews,
Mm-hmm.
I just ask them to open a GitHub code, their GitHub link, and whatever code they have written, explain the code. That's it. So that will clear the understanding. So nowadays, if you are joining latest startups, right,
Mm-hmm.
new startups,
Okay.
those will not ask you something else, right? Those people will ask you in the same fashion only. So open your GitHub code. First, they will ask, do you have a GitHub profile or not?
Right.
If you don't have GitHub profile, some startups will not allow you. Because
Okay.
being a developer, you should have your own GitHub profile, right?
Right.
Then you should have something working on the GitHub. Your contribution should be, can you open your Git repository
Yeah.
or my Git repository? Yeah. Go to my GitHub repository.
Yeah.
Just scroll below. Scroll below. Can you see this green square? Click on the
Yeah.
got it. Click on the got it. So this thing tells you your contribution across the year.
Okay.
So this is your entry point to the companies which are really doing good.
Mm-hmm.
The more you contribute, more you are visible to the recruiters.
Okay.
If you are planning to work from home, this is your resume,
Mm-hmm.
right? So how much you contribute on the GitHub that are going to attract recruiters who are generating value, the companies who are generating value.
Okay.
So you can check yours.
Yeah, that's okay. Was there is nothing.
No, forward slash your username.
Okay. Very bad.
So be very much active over here.
Okay.
First thing. And whatever code you write, you should be very well aware of it. I'm saying again. Now you can go to any of your code over here. And interviewer will simply ask, explain the router over here.
Okay.
So can you explain router now? Go ahead and continue the explanation of routers.
Yeah, I don't have router file at the
No problem. Go to the, just I have explained you how things are working right now. Open the
Right.
VS Code and from there you can explain.
Okay. So this is our router file, right? Yeah, we are having the path and the component of every component.
What do you mean by path? What do you mean by component?
Path is where we want to redirect the page. That is the name / after / we are using this.
Okay.
And the component is the component name which we are redirecting.
Okay. Fine. Now what will happen after this? Consider that I am writing / login. Localhost 4200 / login. What will happen?
It will redirect to login page.
Redirect. Okay. Open the project. Open the browser.
Okay.
And running application.
So
right click. Just a minute. Right click. Inspect. Open the inspector. Okay. Before that, in a dashboard, go there and create a one link which will redirect to the Google. Just go there.
Here.
Create a hyperlink anywhere. Which will redirect to the Google.
So using router link only.
Normal hyperlink.
href.
Href, correct.
Okay.
Keep this as it is.
Okay.
Create one more. No, just one more anchor.
Okay, I create one more A tag.
Yeah, one more anchor. Okay.
Yeah.
Now just a minute. Open the network tab. Okay. Click on the dashboard. Okay. Click on the customers.
It's not working.
It's not working. Okay. Now click on the Google. Now, if you see something is getting, okay, just do one thing, HTTPS. Just attach HTTPS to the Google. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the process of going from one page or one website to another website is called as redirection.
Right.
So in an Angular, router doesn't provide the redirection.
Okay.
So whenever you say, if I write localhost 4200 / login, it will redirect. It will not redirect. It does something else. Now open the Angular website, official Angular web page. Open the network tab. Now click on the getting started. See, okay, click on what is Angular. Now if you see over here, wherever, okay, just scroll, click on the concept at the right, concepts. See, now clear the console, clear this console. Again, concepts. See, nothing is happening over here. In the network, there are no network calls. Router is working over here. Correct? This is the router.
Right.
Now, if you click on the GitHub above.
GitHub?
No, just a minute. There is a one icon. There is one icon. Yeah, click over there. That is the redirection.
Okay.
This thing is called as redirection. So whenever you explain the routers, make sure one thing that you will not say redirection, because redirection is having some different meaning. You got it?
Yeah, got it.
So if you are applying for the experience Angular jobs, so these things would be noted by the interviewer. Of course, if interviewer is well aware of all these things.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. Fine. Now go ahead and explain.
So it's not redirecting, it's because now, it's a single page application.
Now you will get answer of my question. What is the purpose of router outlet? So now you are coming on the track. You said that this is a single page application. That is correct. Now what happens in the single page application?
It won't refresh the page.
It won't refresh the page. Means it is doing something.
Right.
What it is doing?
It is redirecting to components. It's not reloading the page, I mean. Without reloading, it is showing the...
See, when you say redirection, the status code is 300, 301, 302, 303, something like that. So here status code is not changing in the network tab.
Right.
No new requests are happening. So it is not redirecting.
But what will the word?
So you can say, now, when you talk about a component, it is a kind of a module to you. Some piece of the code, togetherness, HTML template is there, needed script is there, right?
Okay, yeah.
And whenever you do /login, whole that bundle gets loaded in some container. That container is router outlet.
Okay.
And that's why if you remove the router outlet, nothing will work. Just try it.
Okay. Right.
You got it or not?
Yeah.
So when you talk about the router outlet, it is just loading the components. And that's why there is one word we have used, lazy loading. Loading the required things lazily. So they didn't say lazy redirection. Correct?
Right.
It is the lazy loading. What is the lazy loading?
It will load as per the requirement.
As per the requirement, whenever you need it, at that time only that bundle would be getting loaded.
Right.
So instead using this, you can use the Notion.
Okay.
You will prepare perfect notes over there.
What should I use? Sorry.
Notion, Notion. The link we use.
Notion. This. What's this? Okay. Okay, I'll do it here. Okay. Okay, I'll check this. Should I stop presenting or? Hello? Hello?
Yeah, sorry. Any question you have? Okay. Now I will share the screen and now I will type the code. Remember that router is extremely important concept. If you are preparing for the interviews, you will get lot of questions on the router. So be very well prepared on the router.
Okay.
You see my screen, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now what we will do, let's try to build the architecture. And for building the architecture, first architecture diagram is important.
Okay.
Just a minute. So here, first we would be having our main thing. Here you can say this is your app component, correct? Hello?
Yeah.
And in, say that again.
Yeah. I'm listening.
Okay. So this is your app component.
Okay.
Into app component, so first here there would be login. So first we need to load the login component into same, correct? Which means that app component will need router to be, our application needs to be configured router first. And inside app component there would be one container, that is a router outlet, where all these things would be getting loaded. So this is the router outlet.
Right.
This is a router outlet. This is the app component. Okay. And these are your main routes that would be loading inside this. So when your successful login is there, here dashboard would be getting loaded, and dashboard would be having all these things. And here again we will need one outlet, child route. So dashboard would be having different children, right?
Yeah.
Dashboard would be having different children, which means that we have a two level of router with us, correct?
Correct.
Now this is the app component we have. App component is configured with the router outlet. We don't need these things. So whenever you do /login, okay, let's run this thing. For running, I will use external terminal.
Okay.
CD desktop, CD BCM, billing counter management. CD project billing counter management. Then CD BCM Angular, NVM use 18, and NPM start. Localhost 4200. /login is not there, that's why router has been configured. Yeah, router has not been configured yet. So routes would be needing an array. If you see, this is the type alias they have used, and it's the interface, TypeScript interface, which requires a title and path and component. Path to component mapping is called as route.
Okay.
It's called as what? Route. So here we write path and /, we can just say like this, only /. It will load which component? It will load BCM login, I think, right? BCM login component. Now if you go here and type /login, any error are we getting? Invalid configuration that starts with the slash. Now
It's working.
just forwards. Okay, just like this. Can you see BCM login is working? Correct?
Yeah.
So this thing is not happening with you, right?
This is happening, but router link is not happening.
Okay, we'll see that.
Yeah.
Now here if you see component BCM login. Now in the dashboard, we would be having different components. So let's configure the dashboard as well. Let's configure the dashboard / or just dash and BCM dashboard component. Let's make / dash. Can you see BCM dashboard component? That is happening. Correct? Fine. Now login is here. Let's add one button. Okay, we are using Angular material. Angular material. Angular material. And let's have button. So let's use this primary button. So if you see here, this button we would be needing. Now there is an error. Okay, we have written it in the login. Okay, login. Primary button has been loaded, but concern is that you didn't import the button related things. Mat button module. You need to import this here. Mat button module. And import mat button module over here. Mat button module. Can you see now? Primary button. Now Angular navigation. So here I will open the documentation. Okay. Now just scroll below. Yeah. So here you have router links. So we can navigate in two ways. We can navigate in a two ways. First by means of router link, and second by means of what? Code. Yeah, see here. If you see here, this dot router dot navigate. This dot router dot navigate. Now how do you get this thing? Do you remember this code or not?
Router, yeah, this that router navigate I remember.
So here, what shall I write?
We do that private routes in constructor bracket, and then we can use in our function this dot route, that variable name.
So if you remember, what shall I add? Private
Routes.
router. Now what this thing is called as is router. What this thing is called as?
Injecting.
Yeah, dependency injection. Now next thing.
Then in function this dot we can use this dot router dot navigate.
Correct, but you need to provide the click listener for this.
Right. Click.
How do you provide it?
In
Click like this.
Event binding.
How to do event binding?
Round brackets.
Round brackets, correct. Equals to. So here we can say on login, and here this dot router dot navigate. It would need name of the route. We can say / dash, and no parameters we have right now.
Right.
And on
login.
Now can you see it is navigating to the dashboard?
Yes.
Now same thing we can do by means of hyperlink also. If you do anchor router link is equals to dashboard. Dashboard. Sorry, the syntax is wrong. Router link forward slash dash. Router link forward slash common routing tasks. If you see router link, do we need to import? No, everything is imported correctly.
Right.
Router link forward slash dash. Even if I go here, actually this thing is not treated as hyperlink. A just a minute.
Yeah.
So why? Just a minute.
Yeah, yeah.
Can I make a div? Just make a div. Are we missing something or am I missing something?
No, I tried for router link. I tried many things, but it's not working.
But it shouldn't happen.
I go through many stack overflows and tried different things. But I don't know why in 17 it's not working. Before that we were using this router link very easily.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, just make a href, make a href. If you see
Yeah, it's working. But
to the href, it is working. Inspect, go back, but it is reloading the page again, right?
yeah.
Router link. Let's make a property binding.
I did that also.
Then this will not work. You need to pass there is an error actually. Is it because of material?
I also thought same. That way, if we are removing, no.
Just a minute.
Yeah. What is it?
If you go to the app component TS,
Mhm.
so router outlet we have imported over here. So in a login,
I did that also.
you know, so I have totally forgotten that we are using a standalone components, and in a standalone components, right?
Right, right.
In standalone components, you need to import it over here. So you were not having router module. The directive router outlet, sorry, the directive router link comes from where? That comes from router module. So you need to have a router module over here. Correct? And then your hyperlinks will start working as required. Got it?
Okay, yeah, yeah. I will try this.
See, now material also working. Remember, we are using standalone components. And in a standalone components, you need to do these things. If there is an app module, if there is an app module, if you remember, we import app routing module,
Right.
right? And that piece was missing in our code.
Correct, correct. Okay. Okay, I'll add this and check. Just keep in mind.
Yeah. I'll be back in a minute.
Yeah. It's working. It's working.
Have you seen how to debug the code? I was also getting same problem,
Oh, it's working.
right? So you need
Yeah.
to learn this debugging techniques. So I just have revisited concept in my mind. What things are required for router? So router module part was missing. So we added that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
So here BCM login. Now we need to create a login screen.
Okay.
Just a minute.
Yeah.
Okay. Now Angular material we have. Let's build login screen.
Okay.
So you can have this grid with you. Either you can use this grid, or I think you yesterday told me to use CSS3 BCM login component. And here main, here you can say main. So main, then let's have a section. What is a main and section? Can you please tell me?
Uh, so,
What do you mean by main?
section is like a div.
Mhm. Section is like div and
Uh, so, what we say is,
so whenever you say whenever you say main section, you need to say one word.
uh, I don't know.
Yeah, semantic tags. HTML5 semantic tags.
Semantic tags, right, right.
So this is very important thing.
Correct.
So what we would be needing, two input elements. So how do we create now? Please tell me. In a section,
Yes.
class, we need something called as flex, right?
Yeah.
Here, how do you add flex?
Display place, we can create a class and
Okay, we can create a class. Name of the class would be, say, a row, or in material we have something.
yeah, right.
What we have in a material? Just a minute. Just a minute. I ask Bard to create the code. I ask Bard to create the code.
Okay.
Okay, now we need to import all these required things first. Inspect and console. So what things we have used? Mat card title, mat card content, form. So let's delete this guy right now. Form group we might not need. So just a minute. Login component, material card, then will we didn't form field, input module, input module.
Can I just come back in 1 minute?
No problem.
Just a minute.
Mat button module. Okay, now import this card module, form field module, mat input module. In a component TS, just comment this out, mat card.
Yeah, I'm back.
So it is looking something like this.
Okay.
We can change it, no problem. Can you see what we have done?
No, username password. The login.
Correct, but are you using AI tools or not?
I'm not.
You should use.
Okay.
So whatever questions you get, you should ask first to the AI tools, like Bard is there, Chat GPT is there. So you should use these things.
Okay.
Okay, that is very important.
Yeah. So that login is created by Bard.
Yeah, so this login is created by Bard.
And you have tried to use regular material.
Huh. So this is my prompt I can show you that as well. Just a minute.
Okay.
So if you see here, can you see?
Yeah.
So I want to create login screen with Angular 17, Angular material 17. So it has given me steps. But for this, you should be very well aware of the basic concepts. By looking at this, you should be very well known what's happening over here. Right now, this is the form. Presently, we didn't use this, but this is the syntax it has given me. Then it now see it has forgotten to give us other imports. So at the end, give me mat module imports for above template. It has given this code, but it is not in what you can say standalone one. It is using app module, and we convert it to this like this. So this thing have been created by Bard. So you should use 100%. Okay. Fine, we will do that. Just a minute. So I'm just searching. Now you can ask question to the Bard again, like this. What we need to do, change color of matte card to white. You can ask, no problem. Now it will search actually on the website, and can you see class white card? Let's try to use it. Matte card class white card. No, not happening. White card might we need to create the class called as add a CSS class to the mat using a CSS class. Yeah, white card. We need to create the class background white. Yeah, see here. Now why this is happening? I think we have set the theme like that.
Yeah, right. That's why it is black and purple.
Right?
Yes.
So we can create dot container. We can create dot container background color white. Now what I need to do, CSS grid we need to add. A native CSS flexbox, Angular grid layout, either you can use FLX layout, use directives like FLX layout, FX flex, and flex layout. The option offers balance between the simplicity and customization, but not have the same feature as the flex layout. Okay. Third party NGX, responsiveness, and ngFlex. So let's go to this, and under the layout, okay, then what we can create, display flex. Let's go with the native CSS 3, and then here we can say main class, or here we can say container. This is the container we have. Now mat card title, mat card content, and this is the form tag we have. Right? So what is the default flex direction? flex direction. Let's make a correct. Let's make a column. This is the form field. This is the mat form content. And here we can say dot lgn frm login form. So here we can say class lgn frm, and here a display flex and flex direction column. Can you see now in this width we can say 20 VW, viewport width, and we need this to be at the center. Justify content center, align items center, align items center. Okay, now what is this? Title. Now here, instead of writing all these classes, if we can use the tailwind over here, tailwind CSS. So you don't, can you see, it is a utility based. You don't need to create the class actually. Actually, you don't need to create the class, but this, we can use it, no problem. We can use it with Angular also, but generally this is used with React. Now there is a one okay, tailwind CSS for Angular 17. Install tailwind CSS. Here are the guides. Module.export. Okay, but I think we don't need components. I think it will overlap with the Angular material.
Okay. The classes?
Not classes. Angular material 17 and tailwind CSS. Let's not mix up these things. Now see, there is one blog here. Tailwind CSS is ideal for the project that high demand customizability and the distinctive design. Advantages: utility first methodology. Limitations: initial steeper curve, means if you are beginning right now. Limitations: see, Angular material might not provide the same level of the design freedom as tailwind CSS, as Angular. If you see, tailwind CSS for highly distinctive and the unconventional designs, and Angular, if you see, the projects need a slick, consistent design with a fast-paced development cycle, especially when using Angular, right? So this has powerful, but some blog says that you don't combine it. so that we need to write these kind of things on our own in a separate CSS file. Correct?
Okay.
Like this, the way we are doing right now. Now for if there is a registration screen, you need to do same thing again and again,
Right.
right?
Right.
Now even for I want to make a big header, then here you need to write the class, or better way we can say class big header. And here we can say font size 1.3 em, big header. I hope you know the units and other things, right? I'm using em and something like that.
Yeah, it's related to browser, right?
Correct. Relative units.
Rel-
What is that?
um,
Relative units.
Relative units.
Correct.
Um,
Relative units.
so REM, those things.
REM and EM. Correct.
Yeah, but I think but it's with the browser, it will change the size of
Ha.
everything.
Correct. As per the resolution, as per the requirement, it change it.
Right. REM and EM both same, right?
No, they are different. REM means relative to the root element.
Okay.
Relative to what?
Root element.
Root element. And EM means what? It's parent, relative to the parent.
Okay. Okay.
Big header. Why this is not working? Big header. Okay, let's give 5 em. Yeah, that is working. 5 em, 3 em. Okay, let's not use this card. Let's use main.
Okay.
Let's use this as h1. Login. Card content we don't need. This also we don't need. This should be main. Still it will work, no problem, right? Mat form field like this. Login. Now I want to take this at the center. So how to do that? Actually, you need to set height to this. Sorry, height to width 100 VW, height 100 VH. It would be at the center. Correct? Login and this thing. So we didn't assign the height, and that's why this was happening. Now what? So we have created the login screen. Now, on the click of login, on this click, okay, form submission is there. Now, how to do the form submission? So this is a simple form. So we can use, as Bard has given, we can use form builders, these things, form builders. And here let's import it. form builders and validators. Now what we need? We need login form, private, form is of type form group, correct?
Yes.
Is of type what? Form
Form.
group. And then what? This dot form is equals to this dot, also we need form builder, private, FB form builder, this dot FB dot group, and this would be having array of controls, this would be having, sorry, object of controls. I hope you remember all these things.
Yes, for validators and
Otherwise, I will explain it tomorrow. Okay?
okay.
So here, first you need to have a username and default value, this, then password and this. So here, form group, a directive, form group is equals to form, or we can just give specific name, login form, login form, login form,
Okay.
and ng submit. Here we can say on login. To the form fields, username, form control name, username, our N is capital. Let's make this as capital. This password, that is okay. Form control name, required, okay, and input type submit. Can't bind can you see injection? Now which dependency required over here?
Forms module, form modules.
Reactive forms module, correct? Hello, am I correct? Am I correct or not? Form group, okay, so this shouldn't be as a dependency. Yeah, if I click login, can you see it is going to the dashboard?
Okay.
Which means that form submission is happening correctly. Here, here what do you get? On submit, you just need to console.log this dot login form dot value, right?
Correct.
If you click over here, username empty, password empty, just try to write something, and can you see you are getting those details over here?
Okay.
Did you get the idea what exactly have happened?
Yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes, that form group and NG submit, those things I need to revise, I guess.
Okay, we'll cover tomorrow.
Okay.
We can revise it tomorrow.
Okay.
I'll push this much code. So Angular project. So Angular, here we can say uh, architecture, CSS, and login. I have pushed this code. If you have any questions, you can ask me, or first implement and then ask me questions.
Okay, sure.
Fine?
Yeah.
Shall we conclude then?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.